Okay, so for this one, we're going to be using circles, and we're going to be using some black and white circles to create what I call cells or clusters of shapes. And then from there, we're going to repeat those cells or clusters to make designs that sort of convey some of the organizational concepts that we talk about in the class above. So here is, I don't know, we'll start with the circle. First thing I want to do is turn the stroke off, turn the fill to black. It's easier to see black circles, right? I could also, if we're having a hard time seeing the white circles, we can come in and maybe make that gray. Here, how's that look? And then I'm going to move that to the back. Oops, where'd you go? There we go. All right, so there we go. And then, I don't know, just copy and paste that, make that fill white. And then at this point, I just want to figure out a way to make kind of an interesting cluster of shapes out of this. And you're kind of limited, well, you're actually very limited by how or what you can do with these because of how few sort of options or how few elements you have. But you work with it and you figure out how to make it happen. If we do that, I'll move the gray out of the way. See, it looks pretty nice. It becomes kind of a crescent shape there. We can make it more splintered like that. I can copy that if I want. I can rotate it. And I'm still, I got, there we go. I mean, it's not fancy at all. It's kind of a simple cluster, but, I use 4 circles, and it ends up being kind of interesting. So, I don't know, that'll be my first one, let's say. So I'm going to take that one, and I'll just move it off to the side. I want to copy and paste it, though, because I want to show you what we can do with using the exact same elements, how we can maybe do some slightly different, designs. There you go. Sorry, I have to do this. There we go. Okay, don't do that. But I saw that and I thought that was kind of where we were going with that. Yeah, don't use little circles. You need the same size circles for everything. But, this gives me kind of an idea. Just using the same shapes, you'll see we have now little horn kind of shapes, which, I don't know, that might be kind of interesting. Could also move it up a little bit, make it a little more, robust. So then let's copy that. Okay, so now I've got 2, and I'm not too worried about organization right now. Just kind of winging it. Let's try down there. Okay, kind of a tadpole looking thing there. That works. We're losing our our circles there though, so maybe we do that. That's kind of interesting, right? So let's do it. There's another one. Okay, and I'm only doing this. You don't have to do 4. You only need 1. But, I think that the best approach is to play with these a little bit and figure out how you can get the most interesting, series of shapes out of these kind of oddball-looking, circles here. So, there, that one, I don't know, maybe there. That's kind of nice, the way that slices in there. So anyway, there we go. I could do this all day. We really, doesn't matter what we're doing, right? As long as we get these going, we can start with that. And then from this point, we'll take one of these, the one that we feel will work the best, and we'll make our design out of that. All right, so I got rid of the other ones. I felt like this was probably my strongest one because I can use it the most sort of freely in the designing. I also want to shrink it down because it can. I think what I see a lot of designs doing is the frame that they're in is way too small for the shape. So you can either make the frames huge and turn in gigantic designs, or maybe we can shrink this guy down a little bit. Once you've got your cell or cluster set, it doesn't matter. Just shrink it down and that seems good. First thing I want to do is maybe create a couple rectangles like so. I don't need to do it. cancel there. That's what I want. I want to put a stroke on that, just so we got a nice little black frame. And then I'll just copy and paste that so we have two of those that we're working on. Right? Seems to make sense. And then at this point, I also want to take those and put them object arrange, send to back. And the reason I want to put them in the back is so that this guy, when I copy and paste it, it'll show up on there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy and paste. Then I'm going to start looking at how we can use this, how we can use this this cluster to create our design. And by copying and pasting it and just changing the location, you'll see that's what, tessellation, not rearranging it or rotating it, changing the scale or anything, just changing the position. And then at this point I'm going to line it up with my Pathfinder menu. I'm going to distribute it evenly. And I like those three, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste those, holding the Shift key down to select them. Okay? And kind of get that in there. And I think that's pretty good, right? Maybe bring that up a little bit. Get rid of that guy there. It's off the page completely. And then if I wanted to, you know what, let's back that up. Let's take that and go like this. There we go. So then when we crop it, I think this is going to look good. And I've got all my snap to guides going. And then I can crop. And this is all based on my cropping demo in the first, one of my first announcements in the announcement section. So anyway, that is pretty much what it would take to create tessellation, right? Take your cell, whatever one you choose, and repeat it. And you don't. It doesn't have to be diagonal like this. It doesn't have to be set up like this. It can be pretty much any way. But the idea is, you're taking those organizational concepts and using them to create the design. In this case, I'm taking the same shape and I am changing its position without changing its scale or angle, I guess. So, and then yeah, with the second one, you could go in, do the same exact process, but maybe you rotate. And gosh, I don't know, I haven't used the rotate tool in forever. Gosh, let's see, where are you at? Edit, there we go.